everyone, it's Hairyfrankfurt, and it feels really weird doing that little jump when I'm about to talk about what I'm going to talk about, but let's just talk about cancel culture. I'm just going to keep this brief because the only reason I want to make this is because I saw a video that was alleging something about someone that I do actually know personally, I would say, and I just get real fired up when people are making, and this goes for anyone. Cancel culture is an interesting thing because the concept is that we find people doing things that are disreputable, engaging in behavior that is outside what we would expect of normal society, and in our outrage we decide to tell everyone about the behavior that was so disgusting and abhorrent. Cancel culture recently is now including allegations of behavior. So a person may or may not have pissed on a railroad 30 years ago. We don't really know, but imagine if they did. Wouldn't that be the fucking worst? These allegations are based on so little, and pissing on a railroad 30 years ago is like kind of gross, sure, but the entire attention economy of the internet has meant that pissing on a railroad has now become serious allegations of crimes, and crimes against people, and crimes against vulnerable people like children. And I think at this point we really need to realize that me making an allegation about someone pissing on a railroad, I mean, I'm not saying it's a victimless crime because ew, but I am saying that it's more or less, it's okay if I lie about or allege that someone has pissed on a railroad 30 years ago, because whether they did or didn't, it's not really, you know, like I'm not going to be withholding the justice process by talking about that on the internet. However, if I have serious evidence of a crime against children taking place or a sexual crime taking place, if I have evidence, if someone has come onto my property and on CCTV cameras there is video evidence of them murdering someone, and I'm like, oh my god, did you see, that was Harry Styles. I should go to the internet with this. I should tell the internet and I should provide that evidence to the internet. No, because now there is a crime that I have evidence of, allegedly, right? I allegedly have video evidence of Harry Styles murdering someone on my front doorstep. Super convenient for me, because imagine the views. Or imagine me going to the police because that's a serious crime and I have evidence of it, and now I'm technically a witness to a crime. People don't really talk about that part. Me telling you about a crime that is committed against me, especially when it comes to being a first responder in a sexual assault or a sexual harassment, you're now a witness to the crime. So if I press charges on the person who assaulted me, you could be called. And that gets a little muddy when you're emailing your allegations to someone in a different country so that they can make a YouTube video about it because you want the alleged perpetrator to be held accountable on the internet when nothing really fucking matters. If a crime like that has occurred, go to the police. And I understand that there are so many boundaries and hindrances for a victim to go forth and go to the police. And part of that is that we're always talking about nonsense allegations on the internet, or just allegations in general. And as such, people like myself come on here, and people like other YouTubers come on and break it down as if this is content. And that is why cancel culture is fucking disgusting. Because if you have evidence of something abhorrent taking place, the best place for it is not the public, where now the victim and the perpetrator are held to account by people with more or less no qualifications in holding them to account, and opinions are rife along with the rest of the internet. You know, like, do I need to say it? A lot of these things can become memes because memes are popular on the internet. You know where you don't find memes? In a police station, in the court. I mean, you might find them in the courthouse, but a police officer isn't going to turn your allegation into a meme. What I'm trying to say here is not that I think it is okay that these allegations become memes or that victims become further victimized on the internet by bringing forth the allegations. What I'm saying is that to save them from that victimization, the best thing to do is to handle it accordingly with the police, not to bring it onto the internet. Again, it's not because I think that, oh yeah, let's all just make fun of victims or perpetrators at all. This is not a joke. I think if we want to handle it as a joke, then put it on the internet, but it's not a joke. And that's why I think it should be taken seriously, because if we want to say that we are with the victims, then we need to stand with them in their actual access to having their crime handled by police. or a cancelling video. A police officer is most likely going to ask for the evidence and they are going to investigate it thoroughly, as opposed to these internet sleuths who think it is a good idea to just look through someone's Twitter feed for the last however long they've had it to find God knows what. I would not trust myself to fault find in, I wouldn't be the best person to ask as to whether a crime has been committed or whether you can press charges. I don't trust myself to actually make a judgment on these allegations that are getting put on the internet, because that's not my job. Police are trained for this. Police are trained for this. And so if you have evidence of things like that, the internet is not the place for it. Because the internet is just a place for people, right? Like, it's just everyone is on the internet. Anyway. My point is, that was my point. Cancel culture is so stupid. So there we go. And again, this was all sparked because I watched, and I shouldn't have, because I would consider my friend is the victim of this cancel culture bullshit where shit's just getting made up. I mean, okay, no, I can't say that, but shit's just getting talked about when the allegations are just getting more and more outlandish, and there's a photo of something blurry that doesn't look like what people are saying that it is, and then we're going, oh, hang on, here's a photo of these two people in the same thing. So obviously this thing that's never even really been, like, this has definitely happened as well. No, but the police may determine that in a thorough investigation that is not done on the internet. If you see drama videos or whatever, disengage is all I'm saying. And I think the entire drama community, it's just getting worse. These are serious allegations. These are life-ruining allegations. These are things that are best kept with people who are professionals in dealing with those allegations. And that's not the fucking internet. So fuck cancel culture. Thanks for hanging out, and you'll see me in the next one. Okay, bye!